Okay, so you start this by turning on the breadboard power supply, and it will initialize all of your H-bridge pins in order to be able to control the motor direction and whether or not to turn the motor on. Then it initializes the switch directions and the power states for the pins for when you first turn it on. And it will initialize all of the power as low and have your switch directions set for when you turn it on, and it'll turn clockwise. And it's going to read the switches, and it's going to read the potentiometer value in order to determine the RPM, or the motor speed. Then it's going to check the switch to turn on the motor, and if it sees that the switch is on and hasn't changed within the loop from what it last was when checking the loop, it will keep the motor on. If it's off, it will turn off the motor. And for the motor direction, it will see what direction it's supposed to be, and if it was the same as the last and as it's going through the loop. Then if it sees that it's different, it's going to change the direction, and when it does change direction, it changes which pins on the H-bridge are activated. So when the direction is going counterclockwise, then bridge 7 on the H-bridge is on, and it reverses the current by making the motor direction, when the motor direction is 0, then H-bridge 7 is low and pin 2 on the H-bridge is high. Then it sees that the motor is on, and it determines the speed based off of the potentiometer. So this is the fan at least resistance from the potentiometer, and this is the fan at most resistance. And if it sees that the motor is off, then it will leave the motor off.